Okay, so Tailwind does have some animation classes as well. So if we come down to animation, I actually have this in SVG here, a still SVG. So let's go to animation index, and we just have the div to push it into the middle, and then we have the actual SVG. Now down here, I have some of the classes that are available to us. Animate none, which obviously is animation none. We have an animate spin, which is actually a keyframe. So it's going to be rotate from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. It's 1 second, it's linear, and it's infinite. All right, then we have a ping, we have a pulse, and a bounce class. So let's apply one of these. Excuse me, I'm going to apply this to the SVG itself. Let's say animate dash spin. So just doing that will make this spin. All right, so we also have pulse. Okay, you probably wouldn't do that with a spinner, but it's going to be the same effect on whatever you put this on. We have ping, and then we have, what was the other one? Animate bounce. So let's say bounce. Okay, so just simply adding this class will add those animations. So pretty cool. Now you can create your own animations as well, your own keyframes within the config object. So let's come up here, let's say script, and we're going to do tailwind.config equals an object, and have our theme object, and then extend. And what we can do is say animation. So this will be an object. Let's say that we want to have a slower spin. I believe it's 1 second for the spin. Let's go ahead and say spin dash slow, and we're going to set that to spin, which we already have, and then 3 seconds, linear, and infinite. Sorry, that's not right. Infinite. And then we should be able to come down here and add a class of animate dash spin dash slow. And now you'll see it spins and it takes 3 seconds. It does skip just a little bit at first, just I think it's because of live server, but you'll see now it's nice and smooth, and it's going to be 3 seconds. Now to create a completely new animation and keyframe, we can do that by adding down here, let's call it wiggle, and we'll say wiggle. So this right here is going to be the name of the keyframe, and then we'll say 1 second, we'll do ease dash in dash out, and infinite. So now down here under the animation, we're going to create a keyframes object. And in here is where we'll define wiggle and what that actually does. So we can start at 0%, and then we're going to say 100%. Actually, I'm sorry, this should all be in quotes. So 0%, comma, 100%, and then end quote. And then we're going to say transform. We're going to use rotate here. So rotate, let's do -12 degrees. All right. And then we'll say at 50%. So 50%, then we want to set transform and rotate. Actually, this should be in quotes. So rotate, and then that's going to be 12 degrees. So it's basically just going to go from -12 degrees to 12 degrees over and over. So now let's come down here, and now we should be able to say animate dash wiggle. Save that, and there we go. So we've created a custom animation, custom keyframe. I mean, this is the same type of thing you would do in your CSS file. It's just formatted a little different. In your CSS, it would look something like this. So as you can see, there's really nothing that we can do with CSS that we can't do with Tailwind.